Anybody else hot?
Yes.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Who's this lovely lady in the black bodice?
Which one? This one or the down one?
Oh, you're all in little black numbers. Right, you are...
I'm Janet.
Hi, Janet.
You
Nice to see you.
were the one who won the prize.
I am, yes, yes. Unfortunately.
Do you want to introduce your lovely friends?
Yes, I will. We've got Deborah. Deborah, if you want to wave in the orange. And we have Joyce at the bottom with another black bodice there. Who's like coming in.
And there's Tom.
And we've got Tom, obviously. Do you need to know a little bit about us?
We want to know a lot about you. But I think just for the purpose of this Cookalong, I think we have to establish why we're here. You have won to take part in this Cookalong, which has been designed by Tom, and he should really be the one doing the talking, because he's the one who can actually cook and is a celebrity chef, because my talents are limited in that department. But I'm hoping once we are starting with the mixing and things, we can have a little chat, and I think you have some questions as well. Is that right?
Yes, I've got
So I think we're going to pass it over to Tom, and then Tom will explain about the charity.
Yeah, great. So tonight's Cookalong, when they asked me a few months ago to join this, the last couple of years I've been doing edible landscapes. And Yen's one of my best friends. He's got a hit show on Netflix, The Big British Flower Fight, trending right now. So I thought it would be a really good combination to kind of mix it together. And our charity tonight is Celia Hammond Animal Trust. Does anyone know about Celia Hammond?
To be honest, no. Have you? No. Where's she based?
She is based, she's got 3 locations in England, all 2 in London, 1 on the outside, just outskirts of home county. She's an amazing woman. She was a top model in the 60s, and then later in life she became an animal rights activist in the 80s and 90s, and you know, she really pours her heart into this organization. People for Ethical Treatment of Animals gave her a huge award. Sir Paul McCartney awarded her this, and she's mainly focused on saving cats and feral cats and neutering them and finding them homes.
Can I interrupt for a moment? So for people who don't know Tom, you have to realize he's a terrible, terrible name dropper. So I'm going to do a massive plank every time another one drops, which will be...
Those are some good names,
all the way through. But don't you have a personal...
Talk about the charity, I won't name drop after that. So, okay, Celia Hammond, the last about the charity, actually there will be more later, but you can go to her website, celiahammond.org, and there's 2 ways to donate. On her website, or there's an Amazon link, and you can choose from food, bedding, scratch pads, collars, things like that. So thank you very much.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Okay. But Tom, don't you have a personal link as well? Have you got some of your cats from there or something?
Yeah, well, all my cats are rescue, but the one you saw earlier, Gaga, my friend Maria and I, we found her in Hackney, but that's another story. But about 6 years ago, right before I was gonna spend the summer with Yen and Michael, and I found a stray cat in my garden, and it was quite poorly. It had FIV, which is feline AIDS, and no one would take it. And Celia Hammond, they took it in and they took care of it till it passed away, and that's really admirable. So they're really a great charity, animal charity to donate to.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So get your money out, keep some money.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Donate.
Right, Tom, what are we doing? I have no idea.
Okay, well, tonight we're baking blackberry cupcakes with the vanilla buttercream. And then we're decorating them with edible wildflowers from Nurtured in Norfolk. Did you all get your edible wildflowers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah? Great. Okay. Great news. And we
What about the rest?
blackberry cupcakes for 2 reasons. First, it's blackberry season, and it's just a little pizzazz to add to the cupcake. And Yen's an okay cook, but Yen can't bake. So I needed to think of something simple enough that he could bake and be part of this beautiful floral landscape he's going to create and create some magic.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm all for the flowery bit. The baking bit, not so hot on that. But I did have a go. And
Lucky that I'm here.
So yes, as I think, I don't know if Thomas told you, but I have actually cheated a little bit, and I've actually done mine already. So I'm just going to sit here and look pretty while you all do the hard work.
oh, cheating.
And just so everyone knows, I know Janet. So great to see you, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I know.
We've known each other about 5 years, I think.
I think it's about that now. Yeah, I know. Just
So
time
did we
flies.
meet again?
Sorry.
Janet,
How did we meet?
Oh my god. It was some event party, wasn't it? In London, I think.
With Russians?
Yes, it was. Yes. Yes. With a secret venue, wasn't it?
And was Angelina Jolie involved in this?
I could possibly. I don't know.
Okay.
Possibly.
Yeah, do you want to add anything, or do you want to stay out of this?
Oh,
Janet, I have a bone to pick with you.
oh, what?
I looked at your amazing Instagram,
Oh,
and what I'm wearing is actually inspired by one of your cupcakes.
I yes.
Anything like it in my
Yes,
life.
I do think it is, and I think it works together, and we should do a photo shoot with those cupcakes and you. And actually, you've got the hat as well, because they had chocolate on the top of them drizzled on, and your hat works with that as well.
And gold.
And gold.
And
Yes.
donuts and rainbow colors, and
Yeah.
I mean, you know about cupcakes, I think.
Yeah, it was that was a fun one, but that was quite a complicated cupcake recipe to do that one, so I won't let you have to do that one.
I think we need to figure out how to do these things.
Yes. But no,
Well,
you
I don't know
managed
about
very
you.
well.
I've got my bubbly. Have you got
Oh,
a
very
drink?
good.
Yeah, I've
This
got my
nice
tea.
hot weather?
I know, I haven't got a drink yet.
Oh, okay. We'll get that sorted later.
It's
Yeah.
gin and tonic time in Surrey, right, Yen?
I promise you, it's sparkling mineral water.
I saw the sparkling bottle before. Yeah.
Okay, everyone's got to meet Danny, my cameraman. He's going to be helping me out today. Danny, come in and say hi.
Hi, Donnie.
Hi, Danny.
So he's setting up all the lights and everything, and he's also going to give me a hand with some cooking. Yeah.
Oh, you've got help.
I try my best. Chef.
By the way, everyone knows I'm stuck in Valencia, right? So I'm in Valencia, Spain.
Are you still there? Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys are all in the UK. So
Yeah. Okay.
I'm challenged here in this kitchen, but I'll do my best.
Oh, it looks like a nice kitchen, so yeah, I think it's good.
I can't get you.
Oh. Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
Can you still see me? Yeah.
Yeah, we can see you loud and clear.
That's it. Have we lost
Um,
it? 1, 2.
Deborah, you worked at the RSPCA, didn't you?
I did, yes.
For how long?
Sorry?
For how long?
I did it for 8 years.
Wow. And what was your job there?
No, I was at the home in Leicester, the RSPCA animal home in Leicester. So like this charity, we took in lots of cats with problems as well. And obviously neutered them. But it was my all-time favourite job. it was an amazing place to work for.
Great work. I always want to ask, do you get a lot of wild animals like foxes and hedgehogs and things like that?
If we did, they only passed through because we had a wildlife centre a bit further down the road. So they'd stop off with us and then we'd send them on to the wildlife. But yeah, we've had foxes and hedgehogs, like you say, badgers, swans, most things really.
Right.
So yeah, it was a great place and they do a lot of good work, as a lot of animal charities do, don't they really?
They do, don't they? Just keep them going, really, isn't it? The animal charities, to be honest.
It can be heartbreaking as well.
So what did you do there?
I was an animal care assistant and a dog trainer.
Oh, were you? Oh, fabulous. Training the dogs. Like what was her name? Barbara Woodhouse. Do you remember her?
We sort of softened it a little bit by the time I got to do it. Yeah.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean about heartbreak, because I thought as a youngster I was going to be a vet. So I did a week as a practice in the vet's office, and that cured me completely of
Yeah.
It was absolutely heartbreaking as a 16-year-old to go through that.
God, yeah. It is quite hard, I think, isn't it? I mean, it's difficult enough when you take your pets to the vet and, you know, there are problems and everything else like that. But to deal with it every day as a veterinary nurse or anything must be
But you get your ups and downs.
Yeah.
There's some great stories out there and a lot of people willing to help, which is a good thing.
Yeah, it's the main thing.
Helping is good. But Tom, I'm sure on all the big professional cooking programs, they chat and cook at the same time. Can we not do some stirring of pots or something? So it looks like we're doing something useful.
Right. So
let's
have the ingredients ready.
Yes.
Okay. Janet, this is a bit of a busman's holiday for you, but this is my go-to cupcake recipe, right? So it's foolproof. Foolproof. Even Yen made it. So, all right. So,
Good proof later.
Ladies, first we're going to cream the sugar and butter together. So, you can get started. Is everyone using mixers or is anyone doing it by hand?
Joyce is doing it by hand.
Okay.
Hello, I've got a little 2-beater.
Okay, great. Janet, you've got a KitchenAid.
Yeah. Well, it's a K-mix, so it's the poor person's version of it.
Poor person.
Okay, so I've got a great idea. Why don't we all use the machines at the same time? Because we've got about 2 minutes of noise. Yeah? So we want to cream the butter and sugar together.
Right. Can you give me when you're ready? Because then I'll do a little fashion show in the meantime.
Well, yeah, it's a flower. Yeah, and you're working. Okay. Can you do the fashion show and do the flowers? Start the flowers.
Well, it's the same thing, really.
Okay.
It's a fashion show.
We can watch what you're going to do, can't we? Yeah.
Okay. Ladies, are we all ready?
Yes.
Oh, is it now?
Go.
Is it now? Here comes exhibit 1. Apparently some of these are edible. I'm sure no one can hear anything for the noise.
Okay, I'm creamed.
How's it going?
Is everyone done? So next, we're going to slowly pour in the eggs. Yeah?
Yep.
So the next is, so we did 200 grams. We did 200 grams of caster sugar and 200 grams of unsalted butter. And now we're doing 4 eggs, one at a time. Danny, do you want to film this?
I wanted to show you all something I got especially for this.
So if everyone can see, this is slightly broken up a bit. We're gonna add, just put a little bit of the flour in right now, and that's gonna bring it all together.
If anybody can hear me, can you see this thing?
Yeah. That's lovely.
It's a type of cosmos, and it's called cupcake.
Oh, really?
for obvious reasons. But because of the weather, it's a bit like this today. But it's absolutely gorgeous. I got it from my fabulous friend Sarah, who's got a company called Nettlewood. She's just relocated from London. She grew all her flowers in her back garden. But ran out of space because she became so popular, all the wedding florists in London wanted her stuff. So she moved down to Lawton, near Lewes, beginning of the year. And then, of course, COVID struck. And so she had to dig 3 acres of field herself to turn into to bedding. But she's done it now, and it looks incredible. And I went there a couple of days ago, and then she's always got incredible varieties and things you couldn't get elsewhere. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. I just think it's...
Yeah, and they're gorgeous, but we got to get these cupcakes in the oven, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So, ladies, we're now on to the flour. So we've got 200 grams of self-raising flour going in next, yeah?
Yep. Don't forget to switch your oven on.
Yeah, it's on.
It's on. Cool.
Don't tell me, Janet.
Sorry, because I forgot.
We've also got 30 grams of milk that we're going to slowly add in, which we can put in now. And then the last of the flour.
I've left the baking spoon out here. It's the full fat one. Full fat? Yeah, the blue. Tops off. And I think I just need... I think I'm wearing most of this.
So I've got a really good mix here. And if anything's stuck, if any of the butter has stuck to the bottom, just give it a stir with a spoon, yeah? All right. Okay, I've just lined a 12-hole muffin tin with paper cups, and these are ready. And I'm going to put some of the batter in a piping bag. And I'm going to put them halfway full, and then we're going to put blackberries in the middle. And can you hold this, please?
It didn't say in your message you had to have a big man to help you scoop the thing in, Tom.
What?
You got help.
I have a cameraman. Come on. Danny, do you want to come up? So I'm just filling these halfway full.
Not going very well.
Oh, Janet is using the spoon method.
I am, yeah.
Because I
Is
am.
that better or just
The
quicker?
spoon method is so old-fashioned.
It is, isn't it? I know. But sometimes the piping bag annoys me, so I end up by doing it this way.
Well, I've seen the results. I believe in you, Janet. I believe in your method.
Okay, Danny, can you please put one blackberry in the middle of each? Yeah.
Well, I've never done these, so, you know, all new.
In my first attempt, I used blueberries because it was the only thing I could find. Was that bad?
Blueberries are nice in cakes as well, I think. I like blueberries in cakes, but I don't like them fresh. Me.
Every blackberry in.
I hope everybody at home is keeping up with this forensic speed that's going on here with the blackberries.
Disappointed though that you're not cooking with us, Jan.
Well, you are going to see the results, and then you'll know why. I needed my cakes to be nice and cool so I could decorate them, you see?
Well, that's true. That's very true.
It was actually Tom's advice. I'm just doing as I'm told to, as per usual.
The sound's not very good.
But to be honest, as he said, I'm sort of okay in the kitchen. I can cook a bit. I can do a lasagna and blah, blah, blah. But baking has never, ever sort of caught me.
Really?
I don't know what it is. Do you think it's because when you're cooking, you're sort of eating it straight away, sort of get yourself, you're getting sort of ready for it. But with cooking, you often don't eat it afterwards.
No.
Sort of,
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah, and what were the Danish cakes you made one time? The balls.
I have no idea.
There's a special, you have one by your fireplace.
What? A ball?
No, it's special. Let me put these in the oven.
Yeah.
Okay, are all the cupcakes going in the oven, yeah?
Yep.
How many degrees?
So if you put it in the oven, it's going to be about 15 to 20 minutes. And we'll check them in about that time.
And how hot, Tom?
Yeah, there's a Danish cake all over Scandinavia. It's a pan. It's like a pancake pan.
Æbleskiver. Apple slices.
Yes, see?
You would. It doesn't make any sense in translation, but it's basically like it's sort of like pancake dough, and we have these special pans with holes in. It looks like an egg, like a massive egg holder. And you pour the batter in, and then you fry it, and then because it's round, it fries like a half circle, and then while it's still liquid inside, you turn it around, and it turns into a ball. And it's called apple slices. I have no idea why, because it doesn't taste of apple, it just tastes of pancake. And you cover it, you absolutely cover it in syrup and sugar. So it's
that sounds nice.
It's very good for diets.
And remember the lovely sugar cake I made one summer. And how do you say sugar cake in Danish?
I think you're trying to say something quite crude now.
Rude.
Yes.
Go on.
But I think you're after the Swedish word, which is sukkerkaka.
What was it?
I think you heard me, you naughty boy. I do apologize to all the Swedes out there for my bad Swedish.
And the whisk too.
Oh, not my cup.
So, Tom,
Yeah.
when the cakes are going in the oven, does that mean you start making the buttercream straight away?
I can hear
Is that how it works?
Oh, yeah.
Are we doing the topping now?
Yeah, we're doing the icing.
Oh,
Have we started? Have I missed that?
What's that?
Have we started it? Have I missed it?
No.
Okay. I was washing my bowl.
Okay, so are we. That's why I can't hear.
Everyone
Okay.
trying to. All right.
Well, I have another confession to make. I had a slight problem in Tom's favorite supermarket today with the ingredients for the buttercream. So, do you know what Tom's favorite supermarket is? If we're allowed to advertise, he called it a star.
Ah,
A star.
What?
Asda.
Oh, Asda.
Basically.
Asda. Yeah.
So he gave me this ingredient, and I'm running around in Asda asking everybody, where is the T-Rex? And they're all looking at me as if I've completely lost the plot, and if I'm on drugs or something. But apparently there's a butter substitute called Trex. Is that correct? Spelled like T-Rex. Tom?
Trex.
Treks.
never heard of it.
Well, yes, we want to talk about the treks, don't we?
Yeah, it's a very interesting topic.
But anyway, they didn't have it. So I'm afraid I had to get this instead, which is a ready-made.
Cream style icing.
Never heard of that.
Oh no! Oh,
This is
no.
the best Cookalong ever.
So many.
Straight out of the package.
Buttercream now. Yeah, no, you're making it with us. You make it before.
Yes, I'm making it.
Great.
It's beautiful.
So I'm in Spain and I couldn't get Trex either. So I'm just using butter.
See, I got it.
Great. Okay, Janet, you're my hero.
Hey, what does it look like? Because I asked 5 people.
Looks like lard. Soft lard.
It does. It's
Right.
like. Can you see?
And the way you said lard sounds exactly like something very, very rude in Danish. But never mind.
Thank you.
How do I get to speak? Janet?
Everyone sift the icing sugar.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and you probably don't have a sifter, so just dump the box in.
Doesn't need to go into anything. It's already in a box. But I have got one of these.
Do an icing sugar in first, are we?
So we got icing sugar, the butter, the Trex.
So you're putting them in together? You're not beating the butter first?
I'm putting mine in together.
Okay, I can do that.
Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to go everywhere.
Wow.
Are we all full of confidence?
Totally.
Give it a whisk and then pour in the vanilla, which is a teaspoon, and the 40 mils of milk.
Yes. Excuse me. Got my milk.
Oh, put it together. Right.
I'm ready. I've done mine.
I'm not ready yet. Right, lard.
Damn it. Not working well. I can't shoot either.
So, Janet,
Yes.
just because you're the professional, I'm going to take your attention away. So this is my first effort ever of doing
That's
a
quite
cupcake.
good. That's quite
Yeah?
good. Yes. Quite
You
impressed,
approve?
actually. Yes, I do. Well, it's a taste
If
test then. And break it in half. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Very good.
This looks like one with 2 blueberries in. I did half with 1, half with 2.
Did you actually make it? No, did you?
Yes,
Okay, good.
I actually made it.
Okay, team. Mine's done. Take a look.
Oh,
A minute.
Light, fluffy, together. Yeah?
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
Janet, do you want to have a chat about treks?
Yes. In a minute, because you're all in front of me.
Yen, how are you?
I'm good. I was going to ask, you know, when you put the buttercream on the cupcake, are you meant to make it flat, as in cut the top off, or does it not matter?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh, coffee milk.
Just use a butter knife at the top, and that's gonna hold the wildflowers, the edible flowers on.
And do I start from the middle or from the outside?
Oh, you're using a piping bag too.
I know.
Who'd you learn that
Look at
from?
me. From Astar.
Start from the middle.
Middle. Okay. Do I leave it in the casing?
Or you could start from the outside and go in.
Is that terrible?
No, it looks great. It's gonna.
Don't show Janet. Don't
Come
show
on.
Janet.
No, it looks good. It looks good.
No, Janet, go away.
Yeah, and it's great, actually. I'm really impressed.
I'm impressed with Jan's there. That's good. That's good. Joyce has got a wooden spoon there. Are you good?
Deborah, how are you?
I'm ready.
You're
Yeah.
ready. Have we put them in our piping bags there, have we? Or not?
We're not going flat, we're piping.
If you have piping bags, then you can just use a. It doesn't have to be fancy because we're just using it to stick the flowers on.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Right. I think it's going to be night before we finish because the sun is going down here now.
They're going to shut us off before we've got this done.
What's it like where you are? The sun is seriously about to go down right here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just going down now.
I mean, it's kind of beautiful, but I can't see anything with sunglasses on. It's a bit of a...
I don't think they're working. No.
And this is my second batch.
beautiful.
Oh, good.
There.
Tom, you're going to say I just bought these in the bakery.
Look, you took me text while you were baking them. Yeah, and actually baked them. So,
That's
impressive.
really good.
Yeah.
Well done. I think they're all right.
You want me to open this one as well?
You'll have none twice.
This one has got blueberry.
Are those blueberries or blackberries?
Fab.
Oh, that looks good.
That's all right. I did wonder, Tom, because you know I'm more like a savory person. What happens if you put salt or coffee or something in? Does that work?
Yeah, of course. You can flavor, Janet.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can flavor it's basically we're making mini sponge cakes. I mean, you can flavor them with anything.
I mean, some places make it very trendy to put, you know, different things, isn't it? Heston Blumen, what's in thing.
Oh, don't mention him. Don't mention him.
Well, he did all sorts of things, didn't he? Like, you know, I don't know, what was it? Baked beans and scrambled eggs or something.
What?
Cakes.
I
No
don't know.
way.
It's on my computer, so I don't know.
What are you looking for?
Yeah.
Me?
Green lights, keep it to yourself.
That volume. I don't want to hit anything as I go off.
You lost your volume?
I can't hear you really, and I don't know what's going on much.
Oh, right.
It's not my computer, so I can't turn the volume up.
Deborah, do we know how to turn the volume up?
Well, on mine, and mine's a Mac, it's function F10. You'll see a little symbol on the top, Joyce.
There's also a
F10.
little microphone on the
Oh,
screen.
no.
Can you see
Oh,
the
that's
microphone?
better.
Have you done it?
Yeah, I can hear you now properly.
I've lost three things.
Oh, me buns.
Janet,
Sorry, I'm in a drawer. Yes.
I'd like to talk to you about using Trex in the.
Yes. It's an interesting.
I was raised in the States.
Yeah.
And the Midwest, my favorite bakery, it's been there for 120 years as a kid growing up. It's called Potter's. It's
Right.
in Michigan. And I went back 10 years ago and I went in and, you know, the same smell. You know, when you walk into a bakery and you smell that icing, vanilla frosting.
Yeah.
And I asked the owner, I said, what do you use? What's your secret? And they said, we've only used white vegetable shortening, always.
Yeah.
And I think the reason they did that was for a couple reasons. First, you know, when I was a kid growing up, butter was luxury to us. You know, so, you know, Americans, they were crazy about new inventions like margarine and all of that. So, but butter really was expensive. And, you know, when you're growing up like in a working class family, it's a luxury. So I think that was a reason. Also, Trex, if you look at shortening, it has a higher melting point.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So
It stays.
it's safe.
Yeah. For especially when you've got a bakery and it's got to. I mean, it has to sit there for a little while. And if it's hot or anything else, it's still got to look nice and be a structure. And then when you go on to bigger cakes, if you're doing sort of buttercream flowers or anything like that, you know it's a nightmare if your buttercream is too soft.
And that fat content holds more sugar, so it really all the sugar you're using, you know. So
yeah,
I think that's when I got to England, and you know the buttercream, it really is, you know,
buttercream.
Yeah, you know, using a Swiss buttercream or classic, just a classic with butter and icing sugar. But and we call it in the States, it's called frosting.
Right.
Frosting. In Europe or in England, it's icing. It's buttercream. I think there's another name. Yen calls it something else I can't understand. But
yeah, I mean it's Swiss buttercream, which you make with the boiling sugar and together basically, and egg whites, cooking that off, and then adding the butter to it.
yeah,
and it does make a lovely buttercream. Are we ready? Are we out now? Are we?
I'm out.
Ooh,
okay.
are they coming out?
In the oven, they baked really fast, and we're using the sponge test, so we're just letting it bounce back, right? So I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna take these out and let them cool in the fridge for 5 minutes. All right?
In the fridge.
I'm quite ready.
Have you ever done that before?
What's that? Put cakes in the fridge?
Yeah. No?
Mine aren't quite ready yet.
Okay.
Isn't that a good old trick from the big British Bake Off? They put everything
Put them
in the freezer.
fridge, yeah.
Looking kind of huge. Do you think? I haven't told you many stories about Janet.
So I ran slightly out. So what do you do now if you run out, Janet? Any good ideas?
Make some
Do you
more.
just spread it? You just spread it with a finger. Or what
Yeah.
do you do?
Well, just spread it around. Take a little bit from everyone. You know, little miniature, little spoonful from each one, and then spread them back out again. That's
Really?
Or make more.
I've just piped 11 of them. You want me to undo all that piping? I'm going to use my finger. Maybe I'm inventing a new method here. I've literally got icing all over the table, all over my hand, down my arm. Baking is dangerous.
And how is this floral landscape coming along?
Well, it's coming on beautifully because I've already done it, just like the cupcakes.
Oh, my icing's a little bit runny. Would I need to just add it back into the mixer? Or?
What's wrong?
It's a little bit sloppy.
Put some more sugar in it. Put more icing sugar in it. Sorry, Tom.
Who's the boss, Janet?
Or put it in the fridge. Is it too warm?
Did we talk about the flowers? Did we talk about the flowers?
Yes, talk about flowers.
Have you all got your Nurtured in Norfolk boxes?
Yeah.
Great. Can we compare what they look like?
Yes. Oh.
So mine. Oh, you've all. Oh, look at you! My goodness, that's what. That was all in that. That was all in that box.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
I copied Deborah because she put on a tray as well, so I thought I'd better.
Oh well, I wanted the public to see the box.
That's probably a good idea, isn't it? With a nice label on it. It says Norfolk. Can you see the label?
But what you have to do, you have to give it a quick rinse with your hand.
I just start loading the dishwasher and everything.
I've washed mine already. They're all rinsed.
What have we washed?
The flour.
Oh right, yes, I've washed mine.
Yeah, I've washed them.
I'm a bit worried.
No, I didn't get any bugs in them either.
Getting paranoid here. So Janet can hear me.
Yeah. I can hear you.
Good, I'm glad. I'm feeling a bit.
You left out.
Silly no mates here.
No, I can hear you. I can hear you.
So we have dill.
Which one's dill?
Dill is the one that looks like cow parsley, but yellow. Yeah.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
And that I'm not sure what is.
Can't
What
see
is
it.
that?
Oh, yeah.
Limp lettuce.
You think
What's
it's a type of
fluffy one, Jan? We've got a fluffy one.
It's
What's that?
fluffy one.
Oh, it feels fluffy.
Mine's not very fluffy. Mine's wilted.
I got a fluffy one.
Yeah.
I have
Another
a
fluffy one.
feeling.
Mine's
Is it a
sad.
celosia? I think it's a celosia.
Okay.
Coxcomb. There's a few things I have no idea what it is. I mean, what is that? Is it a weed? Anyway,
That one.
I'm going for all the pretty things. So this would be a type of carnation or pink. So I am just poking them in here and there. That's a bit of
Isn't that called flowering
snapdragon.
dill?
Oops, what's that?
The dill, which is beautiful,
Yeah.
it's called flowering dill.
Flowering dill.
Yeah, because my grandma used to use that for pickling when I was a kid.
Which one?
The dill.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's called flowering dill.
Yeah.
That's better. Do you know what? I think I'm just going to stick it all on and then we'll see what happens. In a slightly random sort of way. The green is actually quite pretty when you just sort of place it on.
Yeah.
So what I've done already in advance, I've prepared the main landscape. And basically what it is, it's various cylinder vases. Some of them are actually just tumblers. And I put them on a handy little trolley and drape some foliage around it. So what you get with that is you get different levels of the glasses, the vases. And that's what, I mean, look at this dahlia. Did you know dahlia, you could eat them?
Yeah.
I had no idea. But it's super cute. This is so much fun. I love this. I love that they're all different.
Yeah.
And they're
all
sort of
colourful, aren't they? Lots of colours.
I mean, look, it's fun.
Yeah.
And how did you find Nurtured in Norfolk?
Do you know what? It was literally something that came up on my feed as an ad. The day, this was before we started talking about it, but the day we started talking about it, I'd only just seen it. So it was like a sign.
It's a big thing though, isn't it? It's flowers on cakes, and so many florists, I'm sure not you, but they'll just stick any old flower on cakes, and it can be a little bit dangerous, can't it? Because gypsophilia is toxic, isn't it?
Oh God, there's so many toxic. Have you ever been to Alnwick Castle up in?
Oh, the poison garden.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I've not
it?
been. I used to live near there, actually, not far. And somebody had something on Facebook about it, and it's in Alnwick, yeah. And it's this garden will kill you.
It's incredible. It's incredible. If you have no idea, you just go in and think, oh, what a beautiful garden.
Yeah.
Because it's just a normal thing that grows in everybody's garden.
Yeah. Yeah.
But every single thing is lethal.
Yes.
And the more lethal it is, like they had a few things that was actually behind bars.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Wow.
Like a prison. Yeah. It's funny. I liked it a lot.
Sure, that little story would have been very amusing.
Right? Are you sticking your things on? I didn't know that cornflower was edible. Did you?
No.
I knew cornflowers were edible.
Oh.
Yeah. But again, I suppose it's about how they're grown, isn't it? You know, I don't know.
I didn't know fuchsia. You could eat a fuchsia.
No, I didn't know fuchsia could be eaten.
Ah, yeah, because fuchsia used to be grown for their berries. You used to be able to, they grew them for the berries. And dahlias, they used to grow them for the tubers as a potato.
Yeah.
So lots of things like that.
My
Right.
parents. Oh, go on, sorry.
Now go on, your parents.
I was going to say my parents used to have a pub in Northumberland, and very often the locals would have several beers and like to eat the fresh daffodils for some reason.
The daffodils.
Daffodils.
Now that I'm not sure about, Janet.
No, it's true. But they didn't.
This is another one of your dreams.
It felt like it, but yes.
Right, I'm going to do a bit of tidying up here. Someone said you might have a few questions, Janet, is that true?
Well, I wrote a few questions about different things. Let's have a look. Yes, I mean, for you, from the big flower fight, which is great, and you, I presume you have an idea before you're sat there about what you're going to do, but where do you find the inspiration for these massive creations that you did?
Well, as you said, a few of them we were warned what might happen. We had a bit of preparation time, but some of them we had no idea.
Right.
So, like for instance, one of the most famous episodes is episode 3, where we did the orangutan.
Right.
And that one we had no idea. All we knew was we were doing big beasts, and everyone was just giving a whole plant center full of grasses, and we had to make it out of grasses, kind of thing. Yeah. And there was like a crazy run to get the right animals. And because Henk and I were a bit like, oh well, we'll just take whatever. Yeah. Everybody left the biggest structure behind, which was the orangutan. But it turned out quite good in the end when we realized that it was the only endangered animal of all of them.
Oh right.
So we felt we had a real responsibility, and we were just fueled by that passion in that whole episode. It was wonderful to do. No, it was an incredible experience.
Yeah, I know. I bet it was, because I mean, I suppose it's not often you get to create those sort of structures normally, you know.
On that scale, and with just unlimited amount of material.
Yes.
Just as much as you want.
Whatever you want to do, when you just go for it.
But yeah, I mean, I think that before we went on the program, we really had no idea what we were going to do, but it was just that chance to just do stuff without worrying about price, budget, client, all the usual problems. You could just create completely.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And what are the easiest flowers to work with? From a beginner point of view, if you like, because sometimes what I do is I create dessert tables and things like that. I want to put fresh flowers on, and just something that's a reliable flower, that's not going to wilt.
Yes, that's the thing. You need to have something that will last. But I think you will find that most flowers, if they've been conditioned well enough, if you water them, they can last 24 hours out of water quite happily.
Yeah.
And for this time of year, something like dahlias, if you get nice fresh dahlias straight from the allotment or something, easily a day you get that out of them, and they're so colorful and so bright. I mean, can you see this one?
Yes, beautiful, that one, beautiful.
It's called Labyrinth. It's just my favorite. I love it. And it's edible. I might have a little snack later.
Yes. What else have I got? Yeah, so obviously you enjoyed the big flower fight. You seem like you were having fun. Was it good fun, or was everybody arguing, shouting?
It was. I mean, everybody else argued constantly, but Henk and I were fine.
That's all that matters, isn't
it? we might have instigated a few of the arguments. Who knows? But
well, that's okay. It gets rid of the competition.
That's the name of the game.
Absolutely.
Divide and rule.
Exactly.
No, to be honest, it was like a big happy family. Everyone got on really well. There really wasn't that many problems. There wasn't any huge arguments between anybody. It was all quite harmonious, and we all chat quite regularly. We're all on like a big old WhatsApp group. So we chat all the time. So yeah, it's fine.
Quite nice, isn't it? That's quite nice.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's like a new family I've gained myself.
Yeah. So shall I pick on Tom now?
Yeah, go on then.
You got to tell us about your cake installations, Tom. Can you manage to do that? Because your structures that you do, you know, for a living when events get back on are just so fabulous. And do you invite the people in to eat them, or what happens?
Are you talking about inside the cake?
Yes.
Installation?
Yes.
That was one of my first big interactive installations. I came up with about maybe 8 years ago now, and you know, I really wanted something that would trigger your senses. So smell, taste, memory.
Right.
So it really incorporates a lot because it's a box, a 3 by 3 meter acrylic box with 2 open doors at either end.
Yeah.
And it's hygienically sealed. It's peeled off. I'm in a suit, a hygienic suit, gloves, masks. I was wearing masks, and eye goggles for anyone. And so the performance, it really starts off as a performance. So I'm covering the inside of the box with icing.
Oh,
and
wow.
when that's done, all the guests are given a cupcake and a spoon or a mini palette knife, and they go in. They're usually 3, 4 at a time, and they take off the wall. They decorate their cupcake, and then they realize when they're taking off the wall. I wish we had a photo of it here, but it's all on my website. If you go to Tom Wolfe Productions under installations, you can see everything. So they end up, you know, graffitiing the walls. So the guests actually create their own artwork. At the end of the event. And you know, when you walk in, you smell vanilla or lemon or the buttercream, and it triggers a sense memory, which is usually positive. You remember cooking with your grandma or a birthday or a wedding. So it's a pretty unique experience that I hope one day I can continue after this horrible pandemic.
I know. That's such a thing, isn't it? And your food landscapes as well. I love those.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really love those.
Supporter, you know, I think 6 years ago, I was, you know, throwing chocolate soil everywhere on the table and, you know, deconstructing cakes. And Yen was like, "You're doing edible landscapes." Then who christened them.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. What else have we got? And the last one was, because I'm a bit of a Walking Dead fan, you did a Walking Dead event as well.
Are you? Yeah, I did a lot of them. Yeah, well, I did film premieres. I catered film premieres for about 10 years in Leicester Square.
Right.
So I did about 50 film premieres. That was like one of my main bread and butter jobs since 2000. And they called me up, and they, you know, right now they make so much money off Netflix and Amazon that they're putting more money into those launches than they are film launches now. So they called me up and asked me to do several Walking Dead, you know, like pop-ups, you know, and like I Scandinavia and Oslo. My very good friend Ketil and Ina Oinis and Oslo, they helped me with that. I was in Helsinki last year, and it's just a lot of fun. You know, we've got zombies and, you know, a derelict food truck, kind of this dystopian kind of, you know, and, you know, it's really a luxury. You know, everyone says it's a human flesh burger, but really it's a really gourmet burger, because we've got veal, wild boar, you know, all the best cuts of meat, bit of chicken liver thrown in there, and you know, cooked on the rare side. But it's really a gourmet burger. That's what we came up with.
Yeah. So. We just need to get rid of this horrible thing at the moment and get back to events, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know.
I hope so. Yeah.
That's bit of support.
Karen bailed me out big time a few years ago. I was doing the SpongeBob SquarePants fashion party at Fashion Week, and I don't know where I was. I was in Bangkok or Dubai or somewhere, and I was like, "Jen, and I don't have time to make the tea cakes," and she made me these incredible little fondant fancies.
Yeah.
They were perfect, and you made like 200 of them for me.
Yeah.
So,
and marshmallows as well, wasn't it? And I remember I had to end up by doing, for some reason, pineapple must be the acidity in it, didn't work with the gelatin. So you'd make the marshmallow, put it out, it's all right, and then you'd leave it to prove, if you like, and it would just go to liquid, complete liquid. I made 5 of those for your event. I had to throw every single one away. And then,
Wow.
no, we can't do that in pineapple. It'll have to be passion fruit or something else. But yeah, that was a fun one, wasn't it? That was a fun one. Oh.
Okay, mine are chilled, and so if you're in trouble in the future with time, you can just pop them in the fridge for 7 minutes, 7 to 10 minutes. They cool really quick. So I'm gonna ice mine, and I'm done. And I didn't get any edible flowers, so.
Oh no.
Bit left over here.
You're a bit far away from Norfolk, aren't you?
Quite cool, aren't they? I've never done that before.
Oh, we're putting. Oh, they're beautiful.
Oh, I want to see the master at work here with the piping bag. Janet, can we see what's done in the screen? Because I'm sure you're going to do it beautifully.
I'll do a nice one. I'm running through them really quick. I'll do a nice one.
Oh, ignore me. I like to learn from the best. See, look at that.
Little rose sort of thing, isn't it, really? Little rose shape.
It's all about a nice big nozzle, isn't it?
Yeah, and they all create different things, and it's sort of speed you're doing it at. And then I like to play with some of them, really, is.
Hey, there we go.
But I want to play with doing like variegated icing on it as well now, really.
Oh yes, lovely, like marbled.
Yeah, and so they look like flowers. So I've got some flowery icing tips, and I did some cupcake bouquets, which I quite like doing. And like I don't know what these flowers are called, but to do cupcakes a bit like those, you know, like the pink flowers there, and have them all like a big bouquet.
The little pinks, they're called, like
the big round,
like carnations, type of carnations.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, look at that technique! I'm loving it. Janet, whereabouts in the world are you? Up north somewhere?
Cambridge, or Cambridgeshire. So up the A1.
Yeah.
A1 for a bit. Yeah. But it's a lovely city.
I was just wondering if you were a bit further up, because I'm doing a little thing. The next gig I'm doing is I'm doing a flower school up in Leicestershire.
Oh, well, Joyce is near Leicester.
Near Harby.
Yeah.
Do you know Harby?
Where is it?
I think the town is called Harby.
Harby.
Harby. H-R-A.
Oh yes, yeah.
that one.
That was a bit.
I'm doing that in a couple of weeks.
All right, well look at that.
What's that? Is that like a flower school? Is it? Are you doing some training or something? Is that?
No. I am actually doing the class, as in I'm telling people how to, or teaching people how to do some flower arches.
Right. Oh, right. Okay.
And then I'm doing 2 days. So on the second day, I'm doing like a dry flower challenge. It's something I've started doing. I thought rather than start up my own school, I've contacted all the flower schools I could find in the UK. And we're doing all these various partnerships. So I'm going to pop up all over the country the next couple of months.
Oh,
so that's going to be fun.
Shout if you're in Cambridgeshire, because I'd love to come and.
Why don't you come up? Nick?
Sorry.
Why don't you come up?
I could do, couldn't I? I have to see what orders I've got in because I've been making cakes. But yeah, just put details up and things like that.
So if you know someone near you who's got space to do something,
Right,
then,
do a flower thing. That would be fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have a van will travel, the usual number.
I do like these edible flowers. I'm not sure about these.
So, you're not sure about which one? Let's have a look at what you're doing. Let's have a look. Oh, you disappeared.
Can you see?
No, you're gone. I can't see you.
Wait a minute.
Just, oh, see? I don't know what I'm doing here, to be honest. With you around.
Well, I'm just plonking as well, really here. But I think plonking works, doesn't it?
I think we should have put in a rule that people who won this thing couldn't be too good at it, basically.
I don't know.
Also pull the petals off and put them in separately.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it? Never thought about that.
What's Tom
Lucky I don't
saying?
have flowers, or I'd show you all up.
Oh, we're doing flowers now.
I know. Have you done your flower? Have you done your flowers yet?
Me?
Yes.
No, I'm so busy.
You're still piping. Sorry.
No, not piping. I was spooning. That's wrong.
Spooning with anybody nice?
Just me in my kitchen.
Right, it must be getting dark where you are.
I know what I want to do too. Where are they? I've got some blackberries left.
Do you know what I was thinking that? I was thinking to stick the rest on.
Yes. Because that one looks kind of nice. That looks good.
So, oops, there's an empty room. So behind these flowers, I've actually got my little installation.
Yes.
But I think the sun has gone down so much I don't think you'll actually be able to see it.
That's a shame.
We could give it a go.
We should try.
Shall I remove these?
Yeah.
Look. And if you can all say "ah" at the same time, that would be great.
We count it down 1, 2, 3.
Can't see anything yet.
Can you actually even see it?
Yes.
Yeah. Ah.
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 Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, you've got the cupcakes on it.
That's lovely.
I like that. Yes. Great.
And I've actually got some
Yes.
some blackberries, some what I call bramble type things that happen to grow just outside the door, luckily. So it's just different sized tumblers, some bigger vases, a tall vase. The tallest vase I've filled with, do you know smoke bush, cotinas? It's just the flowers from that to give it like this sort of smoky look. And I've done another little example of a very easy way of covering like a vase, just with wallpaper.
Oh, right, yeah.
Good little trick.
The garden.
Yes. Was that the brief?
I think you hit the brief there.
Oh, good. Lucky.
Yes.
I wonder if I should try to turn the lights on so you can actually see it.
All gone very quiet.
Creating.
Very creative. Sorry.
You know, I'm not very creative, so.
Deb, close your scroll on it, okay?
Sorry?
Close your scroll on it. Deborah?
Hello, I'm ready.
Oh,
All done.
Can I see? Can you hold up to the screen?
oh, that one's a bit now. Which one's that?
Beautiful.
Can you see?
Lovely.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're lovely.
They really sent you some great edible flowers, really.
They are lovely flowers, to be honest with you. And I've used other edible flowers. I've got to be honest, is they're in a great condition, and it's a great selection on that, really.
You know, the
There's so
dills.
many of them.
You see mine? There we go.
So well done, everybody. I think.
My tip is going to go in the sink.
Where's yours? Let's see yours.
If I tip it, it'll go in the sink.
Oh,
Fabulous.
lovely.
I'm not creative, so
But I think with the flowers, what's quite good is that you can just put the icing on and make them look pretty without
You
having
can't
fancy
go
icing,
wrong,
can
really,
you?
can you?
that was good fun.
No, that was good. That was good. We are wonderful. So have you got any questions?
I think-
Tom and Yan?
I think we're all marvelous, don't you?
I think so, yeah. Definitely.
One more thing, Yen. I'd like all the contestants, all the ladies who participated today. Every single one of them has been volunteering with the NHS or doing something towards the COVID-19. So I think that's really special, and you should thank you. And could each of you tell us what you've been doing the last few months?
With me,
Janet, start with you.
No, don't do me first. Do Deborah first. Deborah and Joyce did a lot more than I did, really. So, and I've just talked incessantly. So I'll shut up.
Okay. Yeah, I've been making wash bags and headbands for the NHS, and I'm into making masks at the moment for family and friends. And my husband also did some ear savers. I don't know if you know what they are. You sort of, in fact, I can show you one. And it saves your ears from getting sore when you wear a mask. One of these you may have
all
seen.
right.
Never heard of them. Great idea, though.
Never heard of them either.
Yeah, it's a bit like a sweatshop here with non-stop sewing.
So does it hold the elastic on the back then? Is that
Yeah,
what
you put it
happens?
at the back of your head and the elastic sits on it.
Oh,
This
rather
is
than
where
on
the
your
idea
ears.
is, because the nurses were saying their ears were getting sore.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and having gone shopping now in a mask, I appreciate what they've been suffering, because after half an hour, you really need it hurts. So, yeah,
Well done.
Joyce.
I've been
Can I ask a
sewing as well.
question?
Been sewing.
Yeah, I've been sewing, like Deborah. In fact, we kind of did a lot of sewing, well, not together, but the same kind of things for the NHS. I had a small break in between that. And then I become a grandmother for the first time, which is very special. So it's been a very interesting
Congratulations.
month.
Congratulations.
Yes, you got dragged off to hospital, didn't you, Lovey?
Oh yes, my little break was in the Leicester General Hospital, where they were very kind and took out my appendix, etc., and patched me up, and yes, they were very good. So hats off to Leicester General.
Oh, well done, Lester.
Yeah. So I haven't been doing anything quite as important as those two, but I've been donating sweets and things to the NHS local hospital, because we live near Royal Papworth Hospital, and they've got the Royal Papworth charity there, and so different things. So we've donated sweets and bits, and been a bit of a key worker delivering cakes to people,
Cakes are very
Fabulous.
which is essential food.
They are.
Of course.
Some more cakes, so I have to give them to the neighbours.
I wish someone would be delivering essential sausage rolls to me. That's all
I like a sausage roll, yeah. Yeah.
I do.
All right, everyone. I think we've had a really great episode.
Thank you.
Really
Thank
great.
you very much, both of you. You've been
I've
fantastic.
enjoyed it.
Yes, very
You
enjoyable.
know, you're the stars. You're the stars, all of you.
Thank you.
I think we were very lucky with the winners, weren't we, Tom?
Yeah, we were. Yeah, it was a good episode. And thank you everyone for supporting Celia Hammond Animal Charity. They really need your help. And yeah, it's just a great charity to be a part of.
Go and have a look at it. Brilliant. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you both. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Deborah and Joyce and Janet, we'll see each other soon. And you all have a safe summer.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.